आ रही है बढ़िया. कट कट कट. Hello and namaste everyone. Today we have Simran Wadwani. She is the founder and CEO of SWS Mentorship Scale with Simran. And today we are going to discuss a lot of things about digital entrepreneurship, how digital marketing is changing the face of today's scenario, of buying behavior of various brands and individuals. She specializes into digital marketing of or training or coaching of software industry, edutech industry, digital owners as well. So welcome Simran. It's my pleasure to have you here in our wonderful office. And today we'll have a lot of energetic discussion which may impart some knowledge to everybody who is listening to us.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here, and yes, super excited and ready to have those discussions with you.
So I have this interesting question, and because I'm from a very different generation, so I've been wondering that what is the major difference between these informal platforms like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook versus LinkedIn, which is a very formal platform?
Okay, so social media platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of these are just different types of platforms. If you'll come up to the individuals, all of these individuals are present on all of these platforms. You wouldn't see one individual is present on only one of them, right? They have different platforms there. But the point there is to have a different mindset with every platform. When you're going on Facebook, you're more of connecting with people, having to talk with your maybe colleagues or your college classmates and all that, right? But when you're on Instagram, you're looking for more fun, entertainments, things and all of that. YouTube, you're especially going for research or learning something. You have the mindset of learning something there. On LinkedIn, you are looking for more opportunities, for more career-oriented things. So I think if a brand needs to leverage any of these platforms, they need to understand why their audience is there on their platform and what is the mindset that they're carrying for that. And accordingly, they can create the content on the basis of understanding human psychology and their mindset.
So that ignites second question in my mind, that can everybody use or leverage all these platforms, or it may differ business wise?
I think it would differ business wise a lot, because see, if you are a business that is offering something for a career enhancement or looking for something that is, giving more opportunities professional wise, I think people would be looking for such opportunities on LinkedIn and YouTube, because they would be looking for the terms like that. They would be researching for the terms or gaining the information from YouTube. And yes, LinkedIn is obviously to connect with more career oriented things. But if somebody is looking for a lifestyle enhancement, something that focuses on your personal life or your entertainment kind of things, then I think Facebook and Instagram should be leveraged more.
And is there a major difference between leveraging these platforms when it comes to B2B versus B2C?
Yes, I think B2B should mostly focus on LinkedIn, because the businesses which are there on Instagram as well, they are looking for their clients or audience. They are not looking for connecting with another businesses as much as they would be comfortable on LinkedIn, right? So yes, it differs business wise, but I think every brand should have their presence on all the platforms. There should be a difference in the ratio of where they have to focus more and where they have to focus less, but yes, the presence should be there on all the platforms.
So if you can, just let's keep this question very simple. In layman's terms, if you have to divide, like for a B2B industry, what ratio of their activity should go to LinkedIn versus Facebook, Insta or any other platform?
I think on LinkedIn they should go 60%. Rest
Okay.
40% could be divided in all other platforms to just show their presence, and to just, if the audience is reaching out over there, they should be having their presence on that, right? For the research terms, or if somebody wants more information about them, they should be having their presence on all their platforms, but the more focus should be on LinkedIn likewise.
Okay. And if we talk about B2C?
B2C is obviously inverse, yes. B2C now, if you're focusing on people who are, again, it depends upon individuals that you're focusing on, right? If you're focusing on career professionals who are into job people, who are focusing most of the time on LinkedIn, they are trying to research all the things on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is your platform. But if you're looking for people who are into more of the health in things, and you want to sell people on the basis of their lifestyle, infotainments and all that, Instagram is the way, Facebook is the way, YouTube is the way.
Okay. So in recent times, TikTok has been a great revolution in terms of how social media is being utilized. Similarly, Instagram Reels. Do you think any other big thing coming up in near future?
Now, giving you a new big thing that would come as a big thing in social media is actually kind of a challenging question here, because as we are seeing, there's lots of growth happening, there's evolution of lots of technologies, everyday algorithms are changing, the user interface is changing every day and all that. But one big trend that is coming up recently is metaverse. I think that could impact a lot because it is going to create the entire virtual reality formats, and it's going to give the brands the opportunity to basically provide a virtual feel of anything. So, and target to their audience as well. So for example, if you're walking on the road right now or you're driving in the car, you're seeing a lots of billboards. You might not be the right target audience for that billboard, but you're still able to see that because it is there.
Yeah.
So in metaverse, it is going to be exactly like what you want. So metaverse is going to create a social virtual reality thing, which is just going to be based on what you like, what are your interests, what are your likes and dislikes, and on the basis of that, it is going to create the entire social phenomena.
So can you simplify metaverse for the general audience? Because during my conversations with even with many youngsters, they do not understand the concept of metaverse very well.
So metaverse is nothing but it is going to create devices, or it is going to create the softwares which is going to create a virtual reality thing. So right now you would have seen virtual reality in the games format somewhere, in some fun zones, in some entertainment zones, in some malls that you would interact with the real life video game. In that video game you are interacting in a real format. So that is the simple thing as metaverse. Apple has already basically released their product like that. Right, so they have already given a product like that in the market, wherein you are able to see all of the things in front of your eyes. That is into the virtual reality. So you're wearing that particular device on your eyes. It's like a goggle, right? And whenever you're seeing, you're able to access your screen of the mobile. You're able to see any of the movies on any of the wall and all that. So it's basically creating a virtual reality. That's it.
So that's the base of it, developing a metaverse.
Right.
Cool. So that reminds me a movie named Player One. Have you watched that? Player One is an interesting movie. It has the entire movie based on the metaverse.
Oh.
So you take an avatar, you go inside the movie, and you become somebody else. And the game is designed so well, very interesting. You guys must watch to understand the concept of metaverse, guys. So let me move to another question. So Burger King has launched Whoopers campaign couple of years back, and it was very interesting. They have rolled out to general public that if you unfriend 10 friends from your social media account, they will offer a free burger. And in lieu of that, they were campaigning to those 10 individuals that your friend has sacrificed to make you unfriend in lieu of that one burger.
Oh, wow.
And they really used that campaign, and it was a real success. Their website increased the traffic by 20%. They have reached out to around 60,000 people, and out of which 230,000 individuals were unfriended from the friends list.
Oh my God.
And it was a real success. So do you think such campaigns, interesting campaigns can help? Do you have any other example from the recent times that can elaborate the power of it?
So yes, negative marketing is one of the terms that a lot of businesses are using, and it is actually able to create the buzz, since it is grabbing attention of your audiences in a different way. So let's come back to understanding human psychology here. If you're considering yourself also, these days movies are also following the same kind of techniques. They are criticizing a lot, they're doing a lot of negative marketing, and the moment we find such things are going on, we are more curious to watch that movie now, right? We might not be curious before. So these kind of negative marketings are impacting a lot, but again it has a lot of consequences as well. If this negative marketing is strategized thoughtfully, and while implementing you are taking all the possible kind of consequences it could bring, if you're thinking of all of those things and you're thinking of a way to come out of it, I think it could create a good buzz. But there's just a thin line between creating the buzz, creating the audience connections, and losing there as well. With the example which you said for the Burger King also, I think the campaign was called something, friendship is strong but Hooper is kind of stronger or something. but it has also faced a lot of consequences. Facebook took actions towards Burger King. The page was disabled from Facebook, and a lot of things happened after that as well. So yes, there is a very fine line between what exactly you need to convey to your audience and you really want to be connected with them in that particular curiosity zone, or you're just putting a buzz out there and killing your audience connections instead of building one.
So, moving on to my next question related to the, buying behavior of individuals right now. We are moving on to one generation to another generation, and in which the buying patterns are changing. So, what do you think, how much human psychology plays a role in terms of the buying behavior? How social media, be it LinkedIn or Instagram or TikTok, is actually influencing various generations?
So let's talk about the buying behavior first of all. There are a lot of buying behaviors that we consider in marketing and all of these things, but there are three major that I will mention with you here, which are basically general for every business out there. The first and foremost is better results. People are just looking for better results, okay? No matter if it is for edutech, no matter if it is for any of the smaller product, even if you think of a pen, people are looking for more smoother interface with it, or better performance of the product, or the better performance of, for the reason that they are buying, they want the solution of that particular reason in a better format.
Yeah.
So every day there is something new coming up in the market. Every day there is something better coming up in the market. If you will see in the FMCG also, the better here is defined in the form of being healthy, being tastier, being easy to consume, fast to eat, and all of those things, right? So one thing is everybody is looking for something better, something unique. So if a market has to understand a human psychology, they have to come up with something unique and something different to disrupt the traditional factors of market. That's how you can make the presence. Second buying behavior that we focus a lot is on the speed. If you are getting faster delivery from any of the platforms, you will switch platforms like crazy, right? If Amazon says I'll deliver in 2 days and Flipkart says I'll deliver in 1, you will buy it from Flipkart for sure, right? That's the speed of delivery, speed of giving you the product and the result of the product as well. So for example, if we are focusing on edutech or the softwares here, the speed there is calculated with the result that we are going to get. So the job that software has to do for us, if it is doing in the faster way, if it is doing in this speedy way, I'll choose this software and then the other, right? Same for the edutech. If I'm learning faster from this particular company and I'm not learning, the other one is slightly slower, I'll go for the faster one, right? And the third one is being effortless. So if you'll observe, people these days are into innovations and they want things to be very easy, right? They don't want to put their efforts. If you will see, a lot of products that are coming into the market is ready to make food items also. Ready to make, you just put it in the microwave, heat it, and it's done. And that's what people want. So if you are helping your audience put less efforts, put less of their energy in getting the results out of the product that you are promising, I think these three major factors are something that we are considering when it comes to buying behavior this time.
So basically what happens is digital marketing or marketing is very different when it comes to B2C, right? For edutech, for trainers, coaching consultants or digital marketing agencies, etc., it is very different. But when it comes to very consolidated industries like B2B, if I talk about chemical industry, if I talk about like our industry for that matter, or industries which are not very people centric,
Right.
digital marketing is equally important there as well.
Right.
But then how it is different? Because what we have observed, Google plays a major role there. We are into B2B marketing. There are paid platforms that we use to promote. And this is how many other players are doing. They are promoting their white papers through B2B platforms to reach out to their audience or customers. Now, there is a problem because Google is governing it. They come up with some kind of criteria which need to be followed. They come up with their regulations or updates which directly impacts B2B industry.
Right.
What are the remedies which you offer to such industries?
So basically, if it comes to B2B, software industry is also kind of a B2B industry only. If software does not sell
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
the
Yes,
customer,
yes.
mostly it does to the companies and
Yeah.
all of that as well. Now the competition or the problem that you mentioned here is, one thing is these companies are traditionally associated with some partner and they want to be associated with them because they don't want to go through the entire process of screening some new partner and then going through the entire process of,
And
trusting
they are
them
worried
and
whether
stuff.
they'll get the results or not.
Exactly.
And they
The
have
trust
trusted
factor.
partners. Yes. Yeah.
Trust factor is being impacted a lot over here, and those things are actually working as obstacles for new people to come
Yeah.
up and new people to have that connections and bonds. But the best solution that we have found so far, and I think this is not the ultimate solution, but the best solution that we have found so far right now till now is that these people are good when they are getting connected with such audience. So what we do in software industries is we connect with individuals from the company who are the decision makers of the company. We create some bond with them. We form a network out of it, and we do continuous exercises, or we continue some kind of continuous events in which we are going to help these companies get some kind of a demonstration or some kind of a product experience from our end, is what I'm trying to say over here.
But isn't it pre-sales?
It is pre-sales. It is pre-sales. But the connection that you build with them, right? And the bond that you're building with those people, and continuously you're putting such events in place, continuously you're putting some kind of a product in a way. So now I'll give you an example over here. I was working with a software company, and that person has their company and they have around 10 to 15 employees only, and they work with companies from USA. Okay. The biggest problem we were again facing was the challenges with, they have the traditional partners and they want to go with that. Something that we disrupted over here was we came up with a uniqueness and speediness. Okay, we basically invited them to an event with us. We had some kind of a demonstration event over there. We were announcing some kind of awards and recognition to those people also. So we basically invited them to a community kind of event, I would say. More of societal event where we are just discussing. We as leaders at this position are just discussing with each other, and we are just recognizing each other's problems and pains, and we are ranting about life sometimes. That was the agenda of the event. Okay, and in that event somehow some problems were mentioned about which the demonstration was given just in an indirect way of selling. Right, it wasn't mentioned. This wasn't advertised or anything.
Right.
Just the conversation came. We showed it that the conversation came up and we mentioned it, but it was actually planned.
So it was, if I have to summarize it, it is not to promote your direct product,
Right.
but have the platform created wherein individuals can participate,
Right.
and you at least get a platform to introduce yourself.
Right. So that's kind of an infusion form of selling we talk about, right? So you basically meet them for some other agenda, for some connecting part and some having some community kind of format, and you indirectly try to present your offer in such a way that shows the disruption, what you're bringing, the uniqueness of your offer, why it is better than the traditional platforms. This is what you need to show in a very concise and speedy manner, and that's how they'll be able to take the decision like that.
Right. So talking about disruption, we have observed that marketing, digital marketing through social media platforms and many other platforms, it has been increasing, right? The market is growing day by day. Do you think it's a bubble which may burst in future, or do you think it is gonna grow?
See, digital marketing has seen a tremendous growth in a very short period of time, right? We have seen lots of different formats of marketing. The attention span, so initially if you would see 3 to 4 years back when people used to look more towards, if you're talking about the text content here, any of that content, maybe ads or anything, they would look for a longer form of content. They would like to spend time into it, read more into it.
Yeah.
Right. For videos, they would look for informative videos which are a little longer. They are getting to know something out of those videos. But nowadays, if you would see, the attention span has left to 3 to 4 seconds at max. So if you're able to make your mark within 3 to 4 seconds, it is something that they are gonna look forward. Otherwise, they're just going to skip it. They're just going to scroll up to it. So yes, digital marketing has seen a tremendous growth and tremendous changes into it also, but it has a great future. With coming metaverse and other things also, basically marketing is going to be the same, strategizing is going to be the same. But yes, one has to be very adaptable and vigilant to basically respond to the different forms of it. They should be adapting the different forms of it. They should be putting their content into different ways, however the market is demanding. That's the only case. Otherwise, digital marketing strategies are going to go for the longer period of time.
So you have a lot of experience in coaching and mentoring, and you must be having a lot of students from different age groups, Generation Z, Boomers, Millennials. How do you differentiate in them?
So yes, coaching and mentoring has allowed me to work with different generations. I've worked with people who are at a former CEO level of companies, or the professors of known universities and all that. Also people who are Gen Zs, millennials. So yeah, I'm grateful to work with all these generations basically, and to understand what is happening with all of these people. If I have to differentiate here a little bit, I would say Gen Zs are more of a risk-free factor people. They are not scared of taking risks. They are into innovations. They are into disrupting the market. They are not wanting to follow the traditional methods or the traditional industries. They are basically trying to come up with something new and something good and something crazy every these days. Yes. Mm-hmm. Even if you watch some episodes from Shark Tank where people from the ages of 20, 21 are coming up, they are bringing something crazy in the market. They are bringing to the solutions of the problem which nobody even noticed to, right? So they are more of risk-free people. They are more of putting themselves forward, or putting things very easier format, or disrupting the market and uniqueness. With millennials, it was more of being to the traditional factors, following the traditional processes and trying to do something new within them. Having a little bit of fear of taking risk and all of these things, and not being able to take as far steps as Gen Zs are doing. Gen Zs are basically crazy people who are ready to do anything at all. Right, so that's how I would like to differentiate.
What about boomers?
Boomers are, okay. So I've worked with people who have been way, I should not say old, but way more experienced, and way more talented and knowledgeable. So these people are strictly they are basically having their norms strictly fixed to the traditional methods. As much as they are not wanting to come up with the new things, but they know as the market demands, they want people to do those things with them. But their mindset is strictly based on the traditional methods only. I can give you an example. I was working with a guest lecturer of IIM, and he wanted to launch his own course, and I was working with him to help him launch that course. He basically was stick to the very traditional methods of trying to send some pamphlets, trying to do some print media, trying to do some kind of a physical kind of marketing that was there. And I told him that it might not bring you that direct response, because these days people are not even reading these pamphlets. They are using it for something or just throwing it away somewhere. So yes, putting that mindset to a place was slightly difficult, but once they understand that it is going to bring results, once they build their trust towards the new forms, they are ready to work with it as well.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah, I know there is always a reluctance, because experience also gives some kind of reluctancy.
Right.
But yeah, I am always happy to work with all the youngsters, because I feel they come up with creative ideas, they are aware of newest technologies, and they bring a lot on the table.
A lot, yes.
With that note, thank you very much, Simran. It was wonderful having you here in MRFR's office, and let's conduct more sessions like this.
Yes, it was actually very lovely to meet you, Indu, and your team. Grateful to be here, and I would definitely love to be for more such sessions with you all.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.